And so what I'd like to do is introduce Alan. Alan is one of our passives, and Alan is going to do a presentation. Alan Dobbins.
I guess my fan club's here. That's pretty cool. Make sure you guys get back on the bus on time before when we get done here.
So Alan, just give us a little bit background. You know, what brought you to Lifestyles, that sort of thing.
Okay. I guess you can see the slide there. I was a realtor from 1972 to 1980 in California, so I understood the concepts of investing in real estate, but only the arithmetic part of it. It's like you invest, it goes up, you make money. How cool is that?
Alan, can you hold that up a little bit closer?
Yeah, absolutely. As I said, I understood the arithmetic, but I didn't have the background. In other words, how do you make all that stuff work? And that was a long time later when I learned that, right here in this room.
What brought you to Lifestyles? Tell me the first time you even heard about it and what you did.
I listen to talk radio all day because I've been working from home for the last, well, I guess 12 years if you count the 2 years I haven't been working much. And the 2 o'clock slot had a guy by the name of...
Del Walmsley?
No, it was a different guy, but okay. Del took his slot. That's got,
it was like Biz Radio before or something.
Yeah, that fellow passed away, and then Del took his slot, and the first day I was like...
See, he was dying to hear us.
Yeah. Oh my God, I've heard this stuff before, and it's like, I felt like he was talking to me. It was like a long-lost brother. So I listened a little bit, and then said, hey, they have these little Thursday night deals. Maybe I should go to one of those and see what it's all about, which is exactly what you folks here are doing tonight. Then I found out about a little thing that they call the Expo, which had around 5,000 people. And that was 4 years ago tomorrow, I think.
How many folks went this past Expo? Oh, a bunch, y'all. Cool.
That's awesome. It gets better every single year. And so at the time, my wife was battling cancer, excuse me. And I said, okay, well, I'd like you to go with me Friday night and at least, you know, get an experience of it. I knew she couldn't do all of Saturday. It was just too much for her. So we ran into a little friend of mine now that I call the patron saint of my portfolio. It happens to be Madeline's husband, Frank, and God bless you, sir.
He's that guy in the front.
Yeah.
Raise your hand, Frank.
He explained in 5 minutes what I could not tell my wife in 27 years, and we did speak the same language. But, you know, as Del says, that you always consider your spouse an idiot, and I don't know why people marry each other if that's the case, but anyway. So I went to the Saturday morning in the lunch break. I called her and said, I'm joining. She goes, okay, as long as you stick with it. So I did that. The 2-day that David's been talking about came up about 2 weeks later, I think it was, the next one that I was able to go to. And I walked in on Sunday morning and said, don't sign me in, sign me up, and handed him my credit card to become the passive investor, or the what we call a PIG member, the preferred investor, because there was no way I was going to wait. I mean, at that point, I was already 67 years old. And if there's one thing I can tell you, you will never be too old, and you will never be too young to start, okay? I mean, you mentioned Miles, he's 23 years old. I'm 71 now, and anything in between works, but you got to make the start. So as you can see on the thing, I worked in the computer business for a while after that, and I retired, let's see, what's today, the 7th? I retired April 9th of last year because my boss wouldn't get the paperwork done for 6 or 8 months. I highly, highly recommend retirement. And my only job now is to let my dog in and let my dog out, which I do all day long. Family-wise, I have 3 daughters, 6 granddaughters, 1 grandson, in that order, and 3 great-granddaughters, which you can see pictures of. Yes, there's a pattern. But nobody fights Papa for the head of the table. So, and I, November of 2020, as you can see at the bottom of the picture, I bought a house on a golf course, something I've always wanted to do. And that sunset is a treat I get pretty often. The more smog, the better the sunset. So.
Cool.
Okay, so why did I join Lifestyles Unlimited? After the third market, quote unquote, disappointment, and I think you guys know what I mean there. You work your ass off and you work your ass off.
That's a technical term in the industry.
Yes. And then all of a sudden you wake up one morning and you check your portfolio and it goes, right?
It's not if, but when.
Over and over.
Yeah. And I'd had enough. And it's trying to do it again, but I don't care now because that's not where most of my money is. So I had consulted a financial planning firm, and they ran this, what they call a Monte Carlo analysis, which tells you, if you get this percentage on your money, then here's how long you can last. And they said, well, we ran this out to 83 for you and 85 for her. And I went, or other way around. No, it's 83 for me, 85 for her. And I said, well, that's great, except her mom is 91, and my parents are 85 and 87. So rerun that, and guess what? I ran out of money.
You ran out
Well,
of
no,
money.
they give you cans of Alpo.
Yeah, but I'd have to fight the dog for it,
Yeah.
And he's an 80-pound dog that gets hungry once in a while. So
So I just want you to think about that. That's traditional thinking. They think retirement is you take what you have and you deplete it till there's nothing left. Is that what you would be doing?
No.
Who'd like to be doubling their money in retirement? And that's the difference of what we're teaching.
the kicker about this is I walked in and I said, here's my goal. I have this much money. I want to live off the interest. I do not want to touch the principal.
Right.
And I didn't stutter at all. I was very clear about it. And then they said, oh, well, you run out of money. I'm like, wrong. And that's when I decided this was the right thing to do.
Cool.
Interestingly enough, the guy that they assigned to me has been through the 2-day.
Isn't that funny?
Yeah.
I think it's interesting because since we joined, I have tripled our net worth in 6 years.
Who likes that idea? Now make that number relative to you.
Correct.
It doesn't matter. Some people, she was in the pharmaceutical industry, not street level, okay? But some of you come in a room with 50 grand, some of you come in a room with $500,000, but triple it. $500,000 becomes 1.5 million. Who'd be okay with that? 50,000 becomes 150,000. It's relative to whatever you have. But
Correct.
tripling your net worth in a short period of time is better than 30 years of trying to do it, eking your way.
Absolutely.
And that's something I really want to convey to you guys. How many people here are either brand new or have not yet become members? Just a couple folks?
Yeah, there's about 20 in the room.
Okay. So if you look at the top right, I guess, of the screen there, it says if you don't know where you want to go, then it doesn't matter which path you take. That's the message I would like to tell you tonight, is that take a look at where you are today, your net worth, and decide where you would like to be. The number doesn't matter. Decide when you want to get there. If it's 3 years, 5 years, great. Now it becomes a mathematical equation. Now, math is hard, but this is the low end. This is the arithmetic side. I can teach you in 3 minutes how to do it, and David will over the weekend. So I highly suggest
I
that you do
slow
that.
it down so even the Aggies can understand it.
There you go. There you
How
go.
many Aggies do I have? You are supposed to make a noise.
Yeah.
Whoop. You don't ever woo. What is up with you? I see you back there. You're a silent wooter.
So, networking tips, like how do you get to the point where you meet people that have deals? How do you get to where you want to go? And how do you make all of this work? Go to every event you can. I do not miss them. When I was still working, I arranged my schedule so that I could do that. You cannot meet too many people. It's absolutely impossible to meet too many people. There's some connections. There's a thing called Podium, which you can join here. It's not expensive at all.
And a lot of this stuff right now is, you don't even know what he's talking about because you're not members yet. You understand? When you come to my seminar, this will make sense.
But I guess I can boil it down.
Yeah.
Alan, so how much time do you spend on the deals that you're invested in right now, day to day, month to
The
month?
ones that I already own.
The ones that you're already invested in as a passive.
As a passive.
The ones that are the ACH, where they make direct deposits, about 3 seconds. And the ones that I have to go to the bank, it takes me about another 10 seconds to figure out the electronic, shoot the picture, get it lined up and all that stuff without
And
my
that's
hand
it,
shaking.
right?
Yeah.
Who likes that idea?
Yeah. I mean, one of the things that I learned at one of the takeaways from the 2-day is that there are two kinds of people in the world. There are people who want to work and people like me who want to let them.
There you go. Wow, that's great. You remembered that.
I mean, that's stuck with me.
Okay.
I'm not lazy, but I'm not going to get up if I don't have to.
Yeah.
I'm not much of a sleeper, so I got to get it while I can. The other thing is that you don't know who's going to end up being your partner, so everybody you meet, spend time with them. There are events that you will get to meet people every month. and every year, and you can go to as many as you want. There's also online meetups all over the country.
Correct.
We went to one Monday night that we didn't even know was happening until
Right.
Monday afternoon. So that-
California, Seattle,
Yeah.
Richmond.
There's nudist colonies everywhere.
and you don't have to leave your house to do it if they're online. So a couple of bonus features, some of your new business associates will become your friends, right? And I have a few more, my bus people I was talking about. Number two is it's a great way to overcome shyness. Believe it or not, I'm really shy. When I first have to meet somebody, it's difficult for me to do that. But I've learned how to force myself to do it, and it's amazing how quickly you get over it when you start talking to people and realize you don't have to picture them in their underwear. They're just people, just like everybody else. So, and then the next thing is absolutely ask questions of everybody. Every member has different experiences. You'll have different experiences, and those experiences will teach, you'll teach, they'll teach. Everybody's a teacher.
Everyone's very open with the knowledge. They're willing to share. There's no other business that I know of that would share the amount of information that you have. As a passive, we share our opinions of markets, and we're open to everyone on everything that we do. Absolutely. And that's what we're about.
Can we share some of your returns now?
Absolutely.
So,
Oh, I was going to say, no, you're not sharing my returns.
Yeah.
I've
No,
had-
he's not reaching into your pocket.
Exactly.
that's his night.
I got very.
It's
Go
our
ahead,
night.
Alan.
It's our night.
100 pages long for yours.
Some of your
It'd be boring.
returns. Next.
Right? There we go.
So I'm in.
Nerd chart, but very important.
I'm in 13 deals. Okay, so it's not 105 like Madeline and Frank, but it's a start, right? And if you notice the dates there, there was some 2018. I didn't buy anything in 2019. That's when I lost my wife, and it was a long downhill slide. But 2020 got picked up again, and then 2021 and 2022. The last one I was hoping would have closed today, but we ran into a little snag with the lender. That will get overcome quickly. But the point being that you can see in column 2 the number of units. They're all different sizes, okay? So there's money to be made in not only different locations, but in different size deals.
In different markets.
Absolutely, absolutely. I mean, those of you that are familiar with Texas, you know that it's everything from south towards the water, all the way up into Nacogdoches. Sealy's a little bit west, Victoria's south. Then I got the one in Cincinnati, Ohio, which is kind of an outlier right now, but I'm trying to expand my portfolio.
Because he watched WKRP as a kid.
Yeah.
And didn't some sell?
Actually, as an adult,
What
but
did you do
thanks.
with the money when they sold?
Oh,
Or
right.
refi?
That's right. We had one that sold, number 2, where it says Texas City, Texas. That sold 26 months after we bought it. And you're going to love this. The total return was 75%, and that included the cash flow. Okay. So I had 50,000 in it, walked away with 75,000 or 72,000 at the time, put another 3,000 in, and we went into another property, which you can see says reinvested plus 25K. That's house money. But that's after you got your money back. Yeah, that's when I got
All his money back plus an extra 70.
plus another 25,000 on top of that, right? So in 22 years at HP, slaving away, I had at least 16 weeks where I worked 60 hours or more each week. My income increased from day one to the last day 52%. You want to guess which place I worked harder? Yeah, HP might be a good guess for that. The hardest thing I had to do for that Texas City property was Chase Bank would not allow me to do a wire transfer online. I had to get up, take a shower, get dressed, and drive to the branch.
At least you remembered to take a shower.
Yes.
Well, I leave myself notes.
So really, what is our goal? To make about 8% return. So if you look, what's his average in the end? 8.41.
That's right.
It'd be okay, 8% return tax-free. And
I'm
is
okay
his money
with it.
going down each year?
No.
No, it's actually increasing each year.
Yep.
And that doesn't count the equity capture, the
Yeah,
equity
that's where I was
growth.
going
That
next.
is just cash on cash.
Because remember, what was his goal? Not to lose what he has, just to make a good rate of return so he can live
So I
comfortably.
can live on it and not do anything.
Right.
Which I am very skilled at, by the way. And I still remember the day I called my wife into my office and I said, check this out. She goes, what am I looking at? I said, see that number? Yeah, what does it mean? I said, we're a 2-comma family. She said, what? The hell's a 2-comma family? I said, it means we finally made it over $1 million net worth. How about that?
He made over $1 million.
Oh, that's good.
That's cool. I never thought of that.
Right?
I'm a comedy channel, man. I just sit still and let the stuff flow through my head.
Oh, there you
Get
go.
in the way. I don't invent this stuff.
Now, Madeline, will you ask him a couple questions? Because there's people from all over America watching, right? And it's when they invest with these different lead investors, you know, we talk about being passive. Ask him about, you know, where his properties were as far as did he visit them, that sort of thing.
Yeah. Did you visit them?
Not a single one.
Who likes the idea of never visiting the property and still making money? That's about as passive as you can be.
And how
Yeah.
did you meet these leads?
Most of them in this room or at the expo or on road trips.
And I noticed you got in at various amounts. So you got in at
My very
25,000.
first one was 25,000.
Watch
That
this.
that was putting the little toe into the water.
Because, well, and here's the thing, guys. We have some people with $2 million in this room to invest. We have some people with 50 grand. How many people in this room can come with 25 grand? So see, you could own apartments. It's not just for millionaires and billionaires. Now you only own all the toilet seats. But it doesn't matter if you put in 25 grand or $500,000, an 8% return is an 8% return. Everybody follow me?
That's right.
It's relative to the number you put in, okay?
Do we have another slide?
I think we do.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. How has my life changed? Well, one-liner is I have a steady stream of income that doesn't require work. And as I said earlier, retirement is a wonderful thing and I highly recommend it. And if you can see that little picture in the lower left-hand corner, it's why you shouldn't wait until retirement to travel. Can you see what those people are doing? They're so old, they're crashed out in the ride that they're on, which means they're missing everything that's going on. And that's horrible in my opinion.
And you know, retirement means something different to each person.
Absolutely.
So retirement may mean you want to do what you like to do. Because I retired in 2018, 3 years after we joined Lifestyles. And then I realized in retirement that I like to work. And I could only make so many spreadsheets of tracking so many investments before I was going to lose my mind. And so that's why I like to give back and be the passive mentor. I was doing it for free for the longest time, and I would still do it for free, but I really love it. I love talking to the passives. I love guiding them. I love helping them. I love talking to them. And so retirement means something different to each person.
Yeah.
Yeah, she stopped wanting to make spreadsheets for herself. Now she makes it for you all.
Yes.
By the way, there was a bumper sticker years ago that said, of all the things I've lost, I miss my mind the most. So
Cool.
Excellent.
So what's next is enjoy the family, enjoy my dog, and enjoy retirement above
What's your dog's name?
Bucky.
Bucky?
Yeah, he was $800.
Oh, okay. That's
So-
a dog.
Um,
Damn.
And your long-term goal, it looks like you're going to double your net worth in 3 to 5 years.
Yep. But first, I want to make sure I continually invest passively and reinvest in the multifamily properties as these sell. I want to start traveling, and as you can see, there's a couple of pictures of places
Wait.
to go.
That thing at the bottom intrigues me. Record a Christmas album?
Yeah.
You're a singer? Or
Well, I'm not sure I'm going to be able to sing as much as I used to, but I can play all the instruments on it, and then
that's kind of cool.
thank God for auto-tune.
That's kind of neat.
So yeah, it's something I've always wanted to do, and you know, I'm starting to acknowledge the bucket list, and then
Hey, we're going to make that happen. We should make that happen this year. That'd be cool.
send me your list of favorite Christmas songs.
I will.
Excellent. So do we have any questions?
Yeah, let's get some
Let's
questions.
take 2 from the audience. Anybody have a question for
Anybody have
Alan?
a question? Watch this really quick. I want to ask a question because now the room's starting to fill up a little bit more. There's some new people. There's some people that are here for a little bit. How many folks are already members that invest in at least one apartment deal? Raise your hand. So new people, look at all these people. These are people that already did it, just so you know, if you want to ask them questions later. So you had a question, sir? Hold on. I remember John, he came to my seminar like 2 or 3 months ago.
Very nice story, thank you. And I enjoyed having a beer with you in the bar in the Bull. and
Oh,
Bear.
they went drinking together.
Yeah, exactly.
I'll never tell.
To my unofficial mentor in Galveston, he says, never eat your seed corn. How much of the money did you take out, or did you just continually invest all your money that you got for all
Your retirement, do you have like stuff in the 401k, or do you do it all at once, or that's kind of what he wants to know.
Oh, actually, I think he wants to know once the property's refi and sold.
No.
What did Alan do with the money?
I'll answer both.
He's got. I know where, because I know where his mindset is,
Okay.
because he just joined. So he has this amount of money to work with. What percentage am I going to put in real estate to see if it's working, kind of thing?
Well, I'll answer both.
Start
The,
for
the first
beginning
one is I took all 50,000 plus the 22 or 23,000 on top of it that was the return. Put that right back in. Like you said about John, that's don't eat your seed corn, right? And especially with I'm reading a story that was written in the 1940s that talks about that right now. So the other part of it that David was referring to is, what about the 401k? What about the IRA, whatever it is you happen to be invested in? And you look at that and say to yourself, okay, it goes up and down all by itself. It's like a roller coaster, roller coasters are fun for 5 minutes, right? Not for your lifetime. So,
But we get married anyways.
yeah.
Joke.
No, it's cool. It's cool. Took me 4 of them to get it right.
Okay.
Okay, moving on.
Yeah. Hey, we talked earlier about being an open book. That's me. So I looked at, okay, if my 401k goes hog wild and I earn 12%, 20% in 1 year, that's based on what my 401k is today. But real estate appreciates on the value of the property, not on the amount that you have in it. If you have a $100,000 home, great for you today, but say you have a $100,000 home and it goes up 10%, that's $10,000, right? Does it matter how much you have invested in that home? No. You could have 0, you could have 100,000 in it, it's still going up $10,000. So think about that. Plus, as Del always points out, not one of his properties has ever got up and left.
Yeah.
I love that.
And because with the fact that we're using the power of leverage, it's a multiplier.
Yep,
Which you can't
absolutely.
do.
Well, and a lot of the leverage comes from the fact that I can't remember the biggest deal I'm in. It's pretty large, and there's a lot of investors in it. A lot of investors.
486, I think I saw.
400, yeah, it's 2 buildings, 486 units, which in contrast, the smallest one was 24 units, right? But the point being that you can leverage that size of property by adding more people. So if you want to be a lead investor, highly recommend that. Go do it. I don't want to work. So thank God they created
Who likes
this.
the idea of being like him, being lazy and making money? I'd say that's what 80% of my members do.
I'll tell you what, if you have a problem with passive investing and you want to learn more about it, I will happily charge you for lessons.
Alan, don't try to take my job.
No,
But
not
she-
at all.
she
You're
does
going
it
to
for
teach them
free.
how to do it. I'm going to teach them why.
Okay. Do we have another question?
Don't be shy now.
No?
You got one online? Go ahead.
Online.
That secret voice you hear is Jacob. He's a real estate investor.
Yep,
Owns
over here.
apartments.
All right, we got a lot of people asking because they can't do math on your slides. How much is your quarterly cash flow right now?
Quarterly. Wow.
Or annual? We can break it up whichever way is better.
Pretty close to 60,000.
Okay.
No, I'm not a quarter. I'm working up to that. I can spend 60,000 a quarter. It's about 15 a quarter. Yeah. And between that and Social Security,
So he's making 60 grand a year tax free. Who'd be okay with that? Good start.
Another
Yeah, I guess
question?
one thing to note, Alan, is when you say tax-free, what is that actual income if it wasn't tax-free?
Yeah, it'd probably be 90 or 100,000. Yeah.
yeah, which is pretty close to what I was making at HP.
There you go.
I don't have to get up at 5 o'clock in the morning and
It's been 60-hour weeks.
yeah. And if I only want to shave twice a week, I get away with it, you know.
Do we have another question?
We're good online?
Jacob, you got another one?
A lot of them are statements, yeah.
Okay.
See how good we are at this?
Yeah, awesome. Well, let's give
Questions?
them a hand. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you, Madeline.